Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Saturday, November 28th, 2015. Ra here in the Lynn life, Betty Jean in the Lynn-Body-Mind, other teammates in other aspects of the physical dimension, all of us except potentially one in the physical dimension, and all of us in the subatomic from the perspective of the spirit world viewers.
That's true.
We have 12 hours to go until our next deadline. So our intention is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions, to manifest the divine plan. The data quite clearly showing what's needed is to provide a collective restart, and wiser minds above know nothing happens without a deadline, and so they have set the deadline of January 17th, 2017 for that collective restart, and given us a series of nested deadlines that take us from where we are to that date and time so that we can perhaps make this happen. The next deadline ends at midnight tonight. With that, the videoed portion of today's work begins. My intention is brought to a document. It looks like an old book or maybe a scroll, and it's the instructions, and it looks like the instructions for a long crusade,
That's true.
and how important the mindset is. And if manifesting the divine plan throughout all of creation isn't a crusade, then I don't understand what a crusade is.
That's true.
And the mindset, the proper mindset of a servant for spirit is necessary. I think they're saying it's essential.
Yeah, essential.
And they're showing me different snippets of various and sundry team members, and these are snippets, what I would say, at their very best. And there's one of Glenn, and boy, he looks like a servant of spirit.
That's true.
And there's one of Paul, and in it he looks like a servant of spirit. And
That's
there's one of
true.
Asha, and it's when she's laying the pebbles on Asha's way through thing one, and she looks like a servant of spirit.
That's true.
And there's one of Black Wolf looking like a service of spirit, and all of us, really.
That's true.
There you are, Betty Jean. What the spotlight is shining on is how thin the sensations of soul personality are
That's
right
true.
now. And that shows that the souls are stretched thin, and possibly too thin, and the deadline is not even upon us yet. So
That's true.
we're not yet strong enough and solid enough to do the work the way we wish we could.
That's
but
true.
the truth is still the truth. However, we are ready to begin doing something.
That's true.
The important point that's being made is that convalescence takes time, recovery takes time. We see your messages about convalescence taking time and how rushing things can make the situation worse, not better. We acknowledge that, and that is not our intent. We understand that rushing beyond our capacity is not, in fact, doing the work as assigned by wiser minds above to specifications in every moment,
That's true.
but is something else. And we know how just as souls impact bodies, that bodies do impact souls. Luce used to talk about this.
That's true.
How he would feel about his previous bodies as if he were in an Iron Maiden or other torture devices, that the bodies had impacted him harmfully.
That's true.
But when we really would detangle what was going on, we would invariably find there were aspects that he had contributed to the disaster as well.
true.
We are coming to know the error patterns of the physical presences of the projects.
That's
And we
true.
know that, for example, Thing 1's cardinal error seems to be what he views as rule number 1.
That's true.
I'm right regardless of the facts. No matter what the facts show, I'm right.
That's true.
And we see that many of us have aspects of that lie inside of ourselves, and we may have caught it through our previous work in the projects, or we may have had a hook that was already in us where we wanted to hold on to untruths.
That's true.
And that's where we can make a difference now. We can choose to clear ourselves of this crazy lie
That's
that
true.
actually makes no sense. The facts do show what's true. The facts do show what's going on. And the goal is not to prove we are right, but to discover what is right, what is correct, what is
What's
actually
true.
going on. What's true. So to develop an attitude of curiosity and experimentation. Tonight at midnight we begin, but we might be able to only get one pass through the projects, 2 or 3 teams going through and then reconvene. If we're still able to make a second pass without getting ill, then we will make a second pass. Those of us who are able to go a second time can go a second time.
That's true.
And we'll just sort vibrationally as we have been doing all along. And those who are ready to go by the standards set by wiser minds above will go. And those who aren't ready to go need to stay here. And if they refuse to stay here, then this isn't their right place anyway. But they're not welcome in the projects. They'll be a hazard on the course.
That's true.
Only those who are ready, willing, and able to do the work as assigned by wiser minds above to specifications in every moment should go into the projects. Because without that we won't have the right attitude. And sometimes we're doing exactly the right thing but with the wrong attitude.
That's true.
And it turns out terribly.
That's true.
Attitude counts so much more than we think it does, and it's the only thing over which we actually have control.
That's true.
And so we cannot make anybody live by these rules. But everything is recorded. What we do behind the mask, quote unquote, counts against us. Karma is real. Cause and effect is real. Everything is recorded. And if someone isn't willing to follow the rules, then they don't belong here. And the body hosts, the physical hosts, can eject them as a body snatcher.
That's true.
Because that's hardcore body snatching, coming into a physical presence and not living by the rules of the life as given to the life by wiser minds above. That's hardcore body snatching.
That's true.
Each of us has an assignment right now, what we're supposed to be doing right now to be getting stronger and more clear. For some of us it's running cables. For others of us it's pumping the hydraulics, working out the lies that are more liquid in nature.
That's true.
For some of us it's carrying up the crates of lies and putting them on the rail cars that the cables run. And for some of us at the entry levels it's using the snow shovels and the brooms to sweep up the lies and scrape up the lies. But the work is clearing on truths, and we use this structural work as an easier way to clear untruths. Conceptually dealing with untruths is a lot more confrontational and harder. Let's develop an attitude of curiosity. How clear can I get if I really work as hard as I possibly can? How clear can I get in the next 12 hours if I really sweat really well? How detoxed can I get? How much of this toxin of lies can I clear from my system? To have an attitude of experimentation, and then just to see with that same attitude of experimentation, do I have enough to get through what looks like the subway entry
That's true.
system? If I can get through, great, then I'm into the projects. And if I can't get through, well then, that's good information. And to not have the attitude of, good luck trying to stop me, I'm going no matter what, because that's not intending to do the work as assigned by wiser minds above to specifications.
That's true.
Forget about every moment.
Black Wolf seems to hear that.
He does. He's
nodding.
calmer. He's
Yeah,
calmer.
he doesn't feel angry.
No, he doesn't feel angry, and he sees how that was a wrong turn in his thinking
Right.
when he was saying, I'm not letting Asha go in without somebody strong to hold her back. Good luck stopping me. He seems to have heard us when we were saying Black Wolf. That's not helpful. That's hurtful.
True. I could be wrong, but I think he's on his stationary bike running the cables.
I think he is. I can feel him
Yeah.
there. Everyone seems to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. Right now, in this moment, it seems pretty much everybody, by and large, most people are running cables.
That's true.
Even Pict seems to be running cables. And he's
That's
working
true.
it out with those nature realms presences who are starting to notice their irony that they don't mind barking in his presence, but they cover their ears when he runs cables saying, ooh, machine noise.
That's true.
So everybody seems to be noticing how prejudice continually rears its ugly head in all of us.
That's true.
And the only way to wear that away is to develop friendships across these barriers of communities of origin.
That's true. Which is aided by curiosity. What's actually going on?
Right.
Why is this person actually doing what they're doing?
And by an assumption of good intention. Here inside the Search for Truth community, where we screen many times a day for intent to do the work as assigned by wiser minds above to specifications in every moment, there should be a presumption of good intention.
That's true.
This doesn't mean that people don't get confused, that they don't walk into a new level and forget why they came there and don't
That's
do
true.
what they're supposed to do and start doing something else, because that happens all the time,
That's true.
But we can assume good intention and then just say, hey, is this what you're really supposed to be doing?
That's true.
And if it is what they're really supposed to be doing and they're making noise, then to consider, how am I exactly like that?
That's true.
And then see if we can find a way that we can all work together.
That's true.
We have got to learn to work together.
That's true.
This is not going to work without an interdimensional effort. We have got to learn how to work together. We can do it.
That's true.
We can do it.
Well, that makes sense, because if that other presence is doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing and it's annoying me, then I'm probably doing something wrong.
Maybe, or maybe we're relating to it wrong,
Right,
or maybe
thinking
they're
about it
relating
the
to
wrong
it wrong.
way.
But we have got to work together to come to consensus and come to harmony.
That's true. Got it.
Either one or the other or both of us is doing something wrong, or
That's
multiple
true.
things wrong. But this is how we can tweak our behavior until we and thinking.
That's
tweak
true.
our behavior and thinking until we get to a place that actually works.
That's true. I just had the realization again that we're only in control of our own behavior and our own thinking. Because the thought process over here was, well, okay, so if I change my behavior and my thinking and they're still doing something and I'm still irritated by it, what do I do then?
Change behavior and
Change my
thinking
behavior
more.
and change my thinking more. That's
Right.
true. The only thing we ever have control over is our own attitude
And our behavior.
and our own behavior. That's true.
What we do shows who we are. There isn't some other mythical person that's the, quote, real us,
That's
unquote.
true.
That mythical person is the myth. It could be our potential,
That's
but we
true.
show who we really are by how we live.
That's true.
That is who we really are. Everything we do reflects on us. And everything we don't do also reflects on us.
That's true. Live streaming out.
Now my attention is brought to those presentations upstairs that
That's
Luce is
true.
making. And that last comment about what we do and don't do, showing who we really are, has stirred up a lot of anger.
That's true.
And Luce is sitting back and saying basically, that's correct, this is what I've been telling you all along.
That's true.
And they really don't like that the audio-visual aid, which apparently is like a microscope over us,
That's true.
they don't like that the audio-visual aid continually supports what Luce is saying is true.
No, that's true.
They want him to be
Wrong.
but he isn't wrong. He's telling it like it is. This applies to you too, friends. This does, as a matter of fact, show that you do need to do something differently. Oh, now they're really mad.
That's true. They want the data to be flawed. But it isn't. It's complete. And clear.
And concise.
That's true.
Luce, you're not going high enough. These rooms, every room we see you talking to, he says he knows. Okay.
That's true.
He says it's just the process. Good for you, Luce.
I don't think it's just the process. I think he's afraid to go higher because of something. He
The
might be
question
right.
is, what is supposed to happen? And we remember that Luce is not part of the team.
That's true.
He's doing his work,
That's true.
and he has his team, and we have our team, and we're working in a kind of like collaborative effort between
That's
teams.
true.
What he's willing to do is what he's
willing to do. That's true.
We don't want to deal with those people directly because
That's true.
they're disgusting, and he is acting as the go-between. I'm not going to tell him how to do his job.
That's true.
I'm grateful he's doing it. I'm glad for
I'm
what he is
glad
doing.
he's
I'm very
doing it.
grateful he's doing
That's
it.
true.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Luce,
you.
for being the go-between, because we think those people are horrible
Unpleasant.
liars, very unpleasant to deal
That's
with.
true.
And thank you for
Thank you.
doing it. Looking at how icky our own higher souls are, I'm not criticizing Luce.
That's true.
And icky is a wrong term.
They're
not.
devolved.
They're devolved.
They're devolved.
They're
They're
devolved.
cavemen, kind of.
They are cavemen. Sad reminders of what they once were.
That's true.